What is the cost of space colonization? Have you ever wondered how much it would really cost to establish human colonies beyond Earth? The price tag for space colonization is staggering and varies based on the scope and timeline of the projects involved. To create a permanent human presence in space, we need to invest heavily in technology, infrastructure, transportation, life support systems, and ongoing operations. Let's put this into perspective with some major space programs. NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon and create a sustainable presence there, is projected to cost around $93 billion by the year 2025. This includes the development of the Space Launch System rocket, the Orion crew capsule, lunar landers, habitats, and other related technologies. Each launch of the Space Launch System and Orion system alone costs approximately $4.1 billion. Looking back, the Apollo program, which successfully landed humans on the moon between 1960 and 1973, cost about $28 billion at that time. When adjusted for inflation, that is roughly equivalent to $280 billion today. Mars missions tend to be even more expensive on a per-mission basis. For instance, NASA's Perseverance rover mission to Mars cost around $2.7 billion. This figure covers research, development, launch, landing, and operational costs. Earlier space efforts, like the Space Shuttle program, had a hefty price tag as well. The original costs were about $10.6 billion, which translates to around $49 billion when adjusted for inflation, covering development and launch infrastructure. Looking to the future, estimates for human missions to Mars and the establishment of colonies there range into the hundreds of billions of dollars. One analysis suggested that the vision for space exploration, which includes both lunar and Mars goals, could cost between $450 billion and $500 billion over several decades. Key factors driving these costs include the development of reliable and reusable launch vehicles and spacecraft that can travel deep into space. We also need to construct habitats that can support human life in harsh environments, providing radiation protection, life support, and sustainable food and water systems. Transportation of materials, equipment, and people across vast distances is another significant cost. This requires advanced propulsion and logistics. Additionally, long-term operations and maintenance of colonies will include medical support, energy generation, and resource utilization. From the perspective of a channel focused on space technology, these costs highlight the need for advancements that can lower launch expenses, improve spacecraft reusability, enable the use of local materials on the Moon or Mars, and develop autonomous systems to support human life. Collaborations with the private sector and technological innovations will be essential to make space colonization more affordable and achievable over time. In summary, the journey toward space colonization involves multi-hundred billion-dollar investments spread over many years. The complexity of human spaceflight beyond Earth orbit and the requirement for sustainable infrastructure contribute to these high costs. Current programs like Artemis serve as stepping stones, but the full financial commitment to establishing self-sustaining colonies on the Moon or Mars remains a long-term challenge.